It's one of several destroyers escorting HMS Queen Elizabeth as it travels more than 26,000 nautical miles on its maiden deployment. The American ship is a vital asset in protecting the Royal Navy's flagship. The Sullivans is arriving in Cyprus to replenish supplies. And Forces News is the only broadcaster granted special access on board. It's been a busy few weeks with the first operational sorties flown by UK and US fast jets from the carrier in the fight against so-called Islamic State.
It's probably the greatest honor of my career to be involved with this deployment. And I think more so than historic nature, it's just another sign of the deep partnership that we have with the United Kingdom.
Can you give us a sense as to what it's been like with Operation Shader over the last few weeks? Because that's been really high tempo, hasn't it?
I would say the last couple of weeks have been high tempo. As far as specific operations, I'm not going to talk too much about that, other than I think it is a historic event, and you can read any news article about how significant it is. And I would say in a particular way, they've highlighted it's the first time that U.S. airplanes have flown off a foreign warship into combat. And I know our Marines over on Queen Elizabeth, how proud they are of that, and we support that. And we're here to support those objectives, and we're here to protect the carrier. And in terms of protecting the carrier and all of the attention that it's been getting, a lot of Russian attention, we've seen what's happened with HMS Defender. How much more attention are you expecting as you continue on the next leg of your tour to the Suez Canal? I don't know that I have any expectations. I think it makes sense for people to pay attention. And that just gets back to the historic nature of the deployment. It's something that we haven't done in my career. And I think it is the first time for something. It's the first time that Queen Elizabeth has deployed. I think it's the first time in at least a decade a U.S. Navy ship has deployed with a British strike group. And I think it's something worthy of people's attention.
How concerning is it when you're sort of hearing about Russians using hypersonic missiles and things like that?
We're ready for anything. And I don't want to speak too specifically to any particular threat. We spend a lot of our time training. And we spend time training for everything. So is there something in particular I'm worried about or not? Not in particular. I have confidence in this crew, and I have confidence in the training that we get to be able to handle any situation.
Why is an operation like this necessary?
All of us are really acutely aware, particularly those that work at sea, how much of our global commerce is on the oceans, how much sea lines of communication are important, how important it is to have a free sea, an open sea. So, our Navy's important, yes, they are, and I've dedicated my life to that. And I've dedicated my life to the principles that Navies are important, and what we do is important. And this is just another reflection, and I'm so proud to take part of it with the Queen Elizabeth.
This is another radar display right here.
So what's the inside of a US destroyer like? The captain is keen to show us around. All the screens are off.
They're all off, yes. So some of this material is classified. So you can see we have stickers that indicate what material can be displayed. It doesn't mean there's always secret material on the screen, but they do maintain the ability to display that material. So standard array of kind of telephones. You have your bridge-to-bridge. Every ship that sails on the water is required to have one of those. These are just radio phones. They're red and they look super fancy, but you could actually dial into FM radio on these if you really wanted to and listen to that.
It's not a hotline to the White House?
I tell my children it's a hotline to Nick Fury and the Avengers, and they think that's pretty cool.
With the F-35 pilots, you're the voice that they hear.
Yes. Essentially before they take off, I make sure I have good comms with them. They can hear me. It's a little tough right now because F-35s, some of them are American pilots, however, some of them are British, and I can't really understand them. So I'm still trying to get used to that. I have to tell them to say again, but with time, I know I'm going to get better.
As we leave, a precious delivery. Post, a chance to hear from home before the strike group sets off towards the Suez Canal as the 28-week deployment continues apace. Sian Grzeszczyk, Forces News, on board USS The Sullivans, Cyprus. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.